What's up YouTube, Freight Hero here. I'm gonna profile my Regalia deck. It's a Minerva build, more focused on getting ready for G set 3. So my starter, the Vivid Rabbit, I like to counterblast, shove it into soul, and shuffle my deck. It's like my favorite skill ever of all time. No, but seriously though, yeah, it does help dig for the 3 you want if you can get it. It's not guaranteed or anything, but in a Genesis deck, it's at least the one extra soul at some point in the game that can't get sniped early game as easily as like a Prey Angel or a Meno Huakari Hime or whatever her name was. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's nice to search 3s or shuffle your deck or something if you really want to. Anyway, trigger lineup. We got 4 Regalia crits. This is 2 Kakuri Himes, the soul charge to +3, and this is completely wrong, but I'm doing it anyway. 1 Cyber Tiger and 1 Lemon Chico, or whatever her name, Lemoncino, I'm not sure, but yeah, these probably should be Kakuri Himes because she can go to soul very easily and give power, while these are just there because I like to mess with people with my trigger lineups. And then 4 Regalia heals. Since Regalia name is actually important in this deck for things like Prey Angel, or not Prey Angel, Shiny Angel and Chimeras. I'm teching 2 stands, mostly there just for the Norn effect. If it works as the actual stand trigger, that's pretty great too. I don't expect it to, but it's just there for that. And it's a Regalia name, so easy to shove back into soul. And then 2 draws, because unlike the old Minerva builds where building soul was a little harder, due to stride and just the consistency of like the new Regalia support, where they can shove from drop zone, you can actually afford to run draws without like quintet walling yourself into deck out, or just keep random 1 soul charges going on. 2 perfect guards, 2 quintet walls. Quintet walls are filling up the drop for Legion, because I tech 1, or the Ciders to build soul, or just basically another Regalia name. It's unfortunate that we don't have a Regalia perfect guard. Rest of the grade 1s. 4 Shiny Angel. 3 Ordains. Ordain because he can get sniped, but he's really good because the power boosts onto like Minervas and Yggdrasil's are really good, and it helps you get some cards back into your deck so you don't technically deck out as quickly. 3 Ciders for the quintet wall combo, or just simply to just get a couple cards to soul by guarding. It's sadly not a Regalia, but it does the job. On to the grade 2s. 4 Norn. She gets to give Vanguard power and make you fat. It's a pretty nice card in the deck, since you can easily shove her into soul, whereas the grade 2 ride, it's not bad either. What you don't want to ride are the Chimeras. I actually don't have a 4th copy. I definitely would run 4 if I had 4, but instead I'm running 4 Hesperis. Basically, when she's soul blasted, you give your Vanguard the effect of when the Vanguard's attack hits, you retire something. So combo that with Minerva, and you get some pretty good retire pressure. Then on to the grade 3s. 3 Angelicas. The SP took forever to find. Only got 1 so far. The biggest issue that the Minerva deck had in like BT14 was that you ride into Angelica, and if you were ever stuck on it, you were gonna have a bad day. At least with Stride, if you keep hitting Angelicas instead of chaining break rides, at the very least you can Stride, build soul, and dig for your Minervas. And at 3, if I quintet wallet or something, or damaged and then heal, plus Shiny Angels, I can actually get ways to bring it back into the soul. cross ride. And then, of course, the 4 Minervas, since she's the main focus of my deck. She's there. She's standing Vanguard. Prize lots of good pressure on the break red turn with Ordain Owl. It's a bully. And assuming this deck gets a limit break remover, the fact that you're going to be able to use her skill on the turn you ride to 3, since she's only on 1 counterblast, it's relatively cheap. You can just bully people a lot quicker in that set. And then the 1 tech CEO Yggdrasil. I only have 1, but honestly, like I said, the main focus of this deck is, of course, Minerva. So she's just there as the potential Legion out if I really need it, or if I somehow manage to get it to hand and know that she'd be a better card to go into as opposed to the Minerva. And that's kind of why she's there, just a tech option. And then the G-Zone, 2 Demeter, I'm not sure how you pronounce her name, but she's basically the, if you have a Regalia heart, when you attack, you counterblast 1, so charge 3 cards from the top of your deck for each Regalia heart you have. So if you were in Legion, you would be able to soul charge 6. You get to Yggdrasil, really good for her deck, because managing soul was very difficult in that deck, because it got a little hard to soul charge later game, because you'd have to just hoard like shiny angels and stuff. Well, at least this way it's just like, oh hey, 6 soul. And on top of that, it gets to counter charge. I think it was based on hearts, so if you managed to Yggdrasil, you'd be able to flip 2 with the 1 for Minerva or something. You can unflip the 1 you just paid for it, so it's not so bad. Free more or less free soul. Running 2 Doom Brace. I don't really feel a need to run him at all in this deck, because Demeter, she can go off literally the turn you stride, since she's not like a persona. So I'd rather just go into that first. This is probably more suited for like a witch build or like just generic Genesis build, but it's there because it's a Genesis specific G unit and we don't have a lot right now. And to fill up random space, 2 Atmos, a Blizza, and the 1 random Madu for when I Legion. I can actually get back like a Minerva or something to ride over it next turn if I really wanted to, or just something like that, or pitch an Angelica from my hand to get the Minerva and then to ride, and then, you know, do silly things like Chimera, the cross ride. Gets to do fun things like that if you really wanted to. Yeah, that's basically the entirety of the deck right now. It will change drastically, I'm assuming, when set 4 comes out. But yeah, that's the entire deck. See you guys.